Welcome back to the workshop. Today's project, oil coolers. More specifically, replacing this oil cooler with this oil cooler and repositioning it on the bike so that doesn't happen. Stay tuned. Okay, let's look at the job in hand. This oil cooler has got to fit in this space where this aluminium plate is. Now, the aluminium plate was fitted in there with the idea that air would travel from the other side of the bike, duct up into this area here, and drive the clean air into the intercooler and the radiator. Now we're changing the design, we're having a NACA duct come through, divert clean air to the inside of the bike, and we're going to divert air coming through the oil cooler and at the other side. One of the other failure points that we had from tech inspection, in fact the only failure point we had in tech inspection, was the fuel lines. The regulations state that the fuel lines need to be flame retardant. Who knew that steel braided lines are not classed as flame retardant? So we wrapped them all in aluminium foil to give an extra layer of protection, and that was good enough for the scrutineering folks to pass it. We do have proper flame retardant sleeves for this fuel line now, so one of the jobs is to remove all the fuel lines and flame proof them anyway, so we can do the same job at the same time. So let's start disassembling. You can see a lot of salt corrosion on here as well, which in one aspect shows that our design where the air coming up the side from underneath did actually work, because that's where the salts come from. Okay, so we have a mount here, which was the lower plate mount, which we could make something work for that. But the two side mounts for the plate are way too low, a lot lower than I thought they were going to be. However, we do have a plate here that we could maybe use. If we can bring a bracket down to the bottom to capture that onto the top, and then mount one on the bottom, I think that's the way forward. That looks like a winning solution. And then we can maybe just drill some new holes on here, bring the brackets across. Yeah, that looks like it's going to work. here's what we're doing here. We're going to have to chop the top triangles off here to give us a bit more height. We fitted the bar that we put threads on at the back part of the oil cooler. And then we're going to use just a random bit of angle that I had lying around. We're going to drill it to the bottom of the seat mount there, and then we'll weld it to the round bar. It'll give us a nice secure mounting point. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't use a nicer bit of steel and bend it, etc. But realistically, this is not a show bike. This is a land speed bike which is going to get run for 4 days. So it's process over beauty, really. Okay, so oil cooler is now fitted, brackets top and bottom. It's very secure in there. Next protocol will be to get brackets to run the oil cooler lines. There is enough room for an elbow, but we'll see if we can get shallow or shorter return elbows for that. We'll have to make a bracket for the temperature gauge, or the temperature sender I should say. And this box, already I can see that it's going to sit far too low, and we're going to have to raise it quite a fair bit up. There's space to do it, so it's not going to be a problem. I figured that might be coming our way anyway, but it's another job done. So another modification gets completed, which then creates a new modification that's required. We knew going into this that the box would clash the oil cooler. That was a known fact. It was always the idea that the box would just be raised, but the original position was way down here, and even by raising it up, it still blocks a lot of airflow. So I think the better solution would be to remove the box entirely and take the electronics, which is the ECU and the power banks, and just mount them on a plate in the open. I mean, we weren't very sure going into this how much salt we were going to see, hence the box. But as it happened, there's not too much salt gets in the middle of the bike, thankfully. So got the confidence to leave everything out in the open, so to speak. So that is going to be the next project. If you like these videos, if you like what you're seeing so far, give us a like and subscribe. We're trying to put out a video at least once a week, right up until this thing's finished and we're heading back to Bonneville. So thanks for watching.